Hey guys, so this is my 1 week post-op video. Today is actually day 8, and I was going to do this yesterday, but I didn't because I drank some broth and it was very good, and I took like 1 sip, I was fine. 1 more sip, all hell broke loose. I got like a hot flash and I got like cold sweats and my hands were shaking and I just felt nauseous, but I didn't actually throw up, so I just figured go to bed. So that's what I did. So I'm making the video today just for those of you that are starting to follow me, because my journey is new. I was sleeved on February 21st of 2019 at Jackson South Hospital in Miami, Florida by Dr. Eddie Gomez. My highest weight was, well, morning of surgery, which is also highest weight, was 343.8, I believe. So we'll say 343 because I'm not sure if it's 0.7 or 0.8, but I was 343 highest weight. So today is day 8. The first few days in the hospital, I was fine. I came out of anesthesia, went up to my room to recover, and I really thought I'm one of the lucky ones. This gas pain that I've read about and I've been so scared of and terrified of for like a year of research that I did prior to taking the step to have sleeve, that was going to be no big deal, that it wasn't going to happen to me because I woke up and I was fine. There was 0 gas pains. It was more just discomfort in my abdomen. Well, I did one night overnight. I stayed the night one night at the hospital. So the next day, it was Friday, the 22nd, and I came home in the mid-afternoonish, 2-3 o'clock, and that is when the party really started. Once they disconnected me from my happy IV, the discomfort started coming in heavier and heavier, and then by the time we got home, after like a 30-minute car ride, by the time we got home, it was like a sorority party. It was not good. I was in excruciating pain. I was like inconsolable. The pain from my incisions and like every little tiny sip of water I took out of that little 1 ounce medicine type thing that they give you, little cup. Every little tiny sip, I was like, oh my God, it hurts, because it hurt. Going down, going down, it hurt. Getting there, it hurt. And then the gas pain started. And that was pretty horrendous. I bought Gas-X, I did the heating pad, I lived with the heating pad and Gas-X, and truly, the heating pad maybe helped a little bit, just ease the discomfort, maybe. But truly, if you're thinking about having vertical sleeve gastrectomy, the Vsg surgery, my biggest tip of all is when you start feeling gas pains, walk. And walk and walk as much as you can. We have a 2-car driveway, so I was literally just walking in circles around my 2-car driveway in my pajamas with my slippers on. So, did my neighbors think that I'm absolutely insane? I'm sure they did. But they waved, and I kept walking. So that's my advice for gas pains. If you are like the rest of us and you do get them, then walk. That is truly going to be the only thing that's going to make you feel any better as far as the gas is concerned, to give you any relief. I have this weird little hair here that I can't get rid of. Sorry. That's really going to be the only thing that's going to give you any relief is walking. The first few days, I know I read like on, I have a Facebook page that I created for February and March sleeve people. So on my page, I noticed that like everyone is, the majority of people seem to, like, after their surgery throughout February, I would notice that they didn't seem like they were really having a hard time the first few days after surgery getting their fluids in. So I expected I would be the same, right? I would not be having issues. You might see the light change, it's my TV. But I thought I would not have issues, that I would be okay with sipping and like 1 little ounce, you know, prior to pre-op, or, you know, prior to having surgery. You think that little 1 ounce cup, piece of cake. right? No, it's not a piece of cake. That little 1 ounce cup can be your worst enemy. But that was really just the first few days. I truly and wholeheartedly and honestly, I'm trying to be as transparent and as honest about my journey. But it's just that. It's my journey. Not everyone's is like this. But what got me to this point to make the step to have surgery, other than my friends and my family's support, was spending a little over a year listening to other people's videos and watching them and seeing their progress. And I came across one person's videos that really resonated with me because she was about my same height, my same starting weight, and her personality was very similar to mine. And I saw her and I was like, you know what? If she did this, and she was totally honest about her journey, if she did this, so can I, right? You guys can look her up on YouTube. I will insert her YouTube in the comment section or in the description box down below, so you can look up her page as well. She was really the reason why I was like, I can do this. Fine, I will call the surgeon and schedule my surgery, because I already had everything done. I was just terrified of picking up the phone and actually scheduling the surgery, because then to me that was going to be real and I was going to have to do it, and there was no backing out. And I wasn't sure if I was brave enough to do it, because listen, this surgery is not a small surgery. You're not going and having like an ingrown toenail pulled out. You know, you're not having a root canal or a filling. No, it's a big deal. You're not just getting stitches. It's a big deal. And I knew it was a big deal going into it. And so I really took a lot of time to sit and think and talk to people who have had it. Luckily, I have like 3 or 4 friends who have had sleeve surgery within the last 3 years. And so I had them to look at, to see their progress, to talk to get the honest truth about what I can expect down the road and immediately after surgery. So because of all that, I personally took the step to do it. And so one thing that I'm going to try and do with my channel and my Instagram page is to be as honest as I can about the things that I'm going through. I don't really think that sugarcoating it is fair to people. I don't think that lying to people and having them believe that, you know, you're losing weight by eating, I don't know, drinking protein shakes and working out at the gym 6 hours a day is the truth. Because there are people out there that are overweight and are vulnerable and willing to do anything to lose weight. And if so-and-so tells them, oh, I'm drinking this protein powder and I'm going to this gym and I'm doing this exercise this many days a week, they're going to go and do the exact same thing and not have the same results and feel even more devastated about themselves. So I am being completely honest about my surgery, about how I'm losing the weight and my progress, and you know, all the hiccups along the way and all the successes along the way, whether they be on the scale or off. But I think honesty is the best way to go about something like this. So in the spirit of honesty, this week has actually been great. After day 4, I really turned a corner, and the gas pains, by day 4 at night, the gas pains had almost completely subsided. And I was able to drink some broth, and I was able to got dark, sorry. I was able to have sugar-free popsicle, and I ate it, and my broth, and I ate it, and a Jell-O, and I was able to eat it. And obviously not at the same time, people. This is spaced out throughout a very good amount of hours. But the point is, after going 4 days practically without consuming more than maybe 8 to 10 ounces of water and 1 popsicle a day, this was huge to me by day 4. So day 4, day 5, every other day since, until now on day 8, I have been able to hold down fluids. I've been drinking between 30 ounces of water. What I've realized is immediately after surgery, I didn't like cold water. It kind of bothered me. It kind of hurt my tummy a little bit, and it made me feel a little uncomfortable. But now that I'm about a week post-op, I don't like room temperature water anymore. It bothers me. So my sister gave me this handy dandy little aluminum water bottle a couple weeks before my surgery when she was here visiting from Georgia, and I was like, oh, I could use that after surgery. So she gave it to me, and so that is my new favorite. I fill it with ice. I'll fill it up like 3/4 of the way with ice, and then I've been buying the Smart Water. This is the 30 ounce, I think 33.8 ounce of the Smart Water, because someone on one of the bariatric pages said that at least in the beginning, Smart Water was a good way to get your water and also your electrolytes. I found that I don't love the protein drinks. I've tried 3 flavors from Isopure, the blue one, the fruit punch one, and the green tea, and I don't like any of them. I do love Caramel Premier Protein shakes, the pre-made shakes, in the morning. I like those in the morning with a little bit of espresso or coffee in it, and that's like an iced caramel macchiato, and I really don't feel like I'm missing my Starbucks that much. But I was having problem getting protein in the remainder of the day for the past 3, 4, 5 days. So I started looking at protein powders because I noticed a lot of people would make their own protein shakes and add things to it. So I decided to get a protein powder. It's called Optimal Nutrition. It's at GNC. I don't know where else you can get it, but it's at GNC. I think Amazon has it also, but the price difference is like $2. So I went to GNC and I got the Double Rich Chocolate, and this is I only know about them because my boys' uncle from their father's side, he told me, hey, you should really try this protein powder, it's really good. He and his wife love it. So I was like, okay, so let me try. So we got it yesterday, and let me tell you, I had been on Shakeology in the past, a long time ago, and I did Shakeology for a while, but the Shakeology chocolate is sweet. So like you would put a little bit of a banana and some PB2 or some PB Fit powder in it, and it's like a chocolate peanut butter banana smoothie, right? With some ice and unsweetened almond milk. So I thought this was the same. This is definitely not the same. This is truly unsweetened. It's like almost like a cocoa powder. There was not any sweetness to it at all. So what I did is I blended it. I put unsweetened almond milk, ice, a scoop of the protein powder, a half of a small banana, so it was like maybe that size of a banana, and a little bit of PB2. I know it's PB Fit I bought, so I have PB Fit. So I used a little bit of PB Fit. Crazy hair today. There's air behind me, sorry. So I had a little bit of the PB Fit and blended it. And at first I was like, oh my God, it tastes like nothing sweet. You know, anytime I get a smoothie, you're expecting it to be sweet. This was not sweet, people. So at first my taste buds were like, you lied, why is this not chocolatey and delicious? Well, it is chocolatey, it's just not sugary. So I know some people have said I could put stevia in it or some kind of like artificial sweetener. But for me, sugar has been a problem in the past. Sweet drinks, especially sodas, tea, sweet tea, and soda are really both my Achilles heels. So I'm trying to kind of get away from the artificial sweetener and the sweetener. So I said, okay, well, I'm just gonna drink it because I made it. So I'm gonna drink it. So I drank it, and like by the middle, I was like, not bad. So I finished drinking it. And it was actually really freaking good. So, this morning I made, with the other little half of banana that I left, same exact smoothie, ice protein powder, and it's Optimal Nutrition protein powder. It's sold at GNC, and it's like 25 grams of protein per scoop, which is great. And it's whey protein isolate is the first ingredient in the protein powder. So that's super important for us who are bariatric, because apparently whey protein isolate is like the purest form of protein, like the best that you can get. So that's also an important tidbit. So I blended up the same exact smoothie, and I drank it this morning, and I loved it. You guys, I'm not even lying. I loved it. It was delicious. So, that was this breakfast today. For lunch, I had a little bit of broth. And in the middle, I tried, my husband and I went to the store today to get some stuff for him and the kids for dinner. And he's like, why don't you try this yogurt? And it's Oikos 000. And I'm like, I'm not a big yogurt fan pre-surgery, so I'm gonna pass. He's like, but look, it's 15 grams of protein. I was like, oh, maybe I'll try it. So I tried it, and it's mixed berry, and I love it. So I'm going back again today, going back to Publix today to go see what other flavors there were and get some more, because I like it. I try not to buy a lot of anything until I know I like it, and then I'll go back and buy out their supply. So that's pretty much been like my consumption. Jell-O, sugar-free pudding, broth, lots of water. I'm now consuming about, I would say 40 to 60 ounces a day. I'm trying, but it's hard. Let me tell you, it's hard. Between eating, because you can't drink 20 to 30 minutes before a meal, 20 to 30 minutes after a meal, so that's like taking an hour out of my day a few times a day. So it is hard to get the water in, but I'm still drinking it. And I go on Monday for my 10-day post-op Monday with Dr. Gomez again, and I'm praying, like, you guys, I'm praying that this man lets me go into the pureed stage, because I would kill for some refried beans with cheese, or some ricotta bake, or some cottage cheese. I'll take anything. I'm so tired of like the runny liquid, like broth. I'm done. But I think I'm going on it anyway on the 7th, and I see him on the 4th. So if he says no, stick to liquids, then I have to wait 3 more days, and it is what it is. What else do I have to say? Oh, my husband's probably never gonna watch this, but anyway, I'm still gonna shout out my husband, because he's been a trooper. He took off this entire week of work to be home with me. And he's been getting up early in the morning, taking the kids to school, picking the kids up from school, making dinner, feeding them, helping them with whatever they need, just letting me rest and not pushing me to, start over my mom duties, to make sure that the kids are taken care of. And he's really given me the time, and is still giving me time, to continue to recover, because this was a major surgery again, and he knows that. So he's been really like the backbone of the family for real, and really my rock over the last 8 days. I don't think I would have made it without him. I would have 100% ended up back in the hospital with dehydration, because I did not want to drink. He was pushing those little medicine cups 1 ounce at a time. One little sip, babe. Tomorrow's going to be better. Tomorrow's going to be a better day. Just take a little sip now. Tomorrow it'll be easier. And with that same repetitive comments and repetitive things is how I've made it to day 8, and I'm doing great. Incisions hurt. Like, they went through my belly button on one of them, so I have like 4 on my abdomen, 1 up like here in like my rib cage area, and then I have like 3 others, and then one is inside of my belly button. That one hurts so bad. I could not sleep last night. I was up almost every hour because I forgot to take my pain medicine. I don't take my pain medicine throughout the day. I only take it at night. So nighttime came, and I was just exhausted, and I wasn't feeling good from that, 1 sip too many of the broth, and I just went to sleep. And by like 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, I was in horrible pain. But I knew in a few hours the kids were getting up for school, so I didn't want to take a pill that was going to make my head foggy, so I just dealt with getting up and not sleeping very much last night. I don't know if anyone else has had the doctor go through the belly button. I haven't seen it in the pictures. I've seen people around the belly button, but not through the belly button. I'm going to have to ask him about that on Monday, because that sucker hurts, like a lot, all the time. But that's, I think, pretty much it. I am super excited. My husband bought a scale yesterday, and at first I was like, I'm not weighing myself until my 10-day post-op because I don't feel like I'm losing any weight anyway. I felt bloated. I felt puffy. I felt just like bleh. Hence no makeup. This is not normal ever for me. But I've just been, I'm recovering. So as long as my eyebrows are plucked and as long as my skin looks decent-ish, I'm okay. Hopefully as the videos progress and I start feeling better, there'll be some makeup on my face at some point, but for now, this is what you get. Anyway, so he bought me a new scale. I forgot what I was saying for a second there. He bought me a new scale, and I saw it just sitting there. My son's like, Mom, you should weigh yourself and see if you've lost any weight. And so, you know, the kids are going through a lot with the surgery. You know, they're used to seeing Mom as like this tough rock that could do anything and nothing's gonna get her down. And they've had to see me as super vulnerable over the last week and in excruciating pain last weekend. And it's been a lot for them. So when he was like, Mom, you should totally weigh yourself, I was like, okay, all right, Connor, let me go weigh myself. So I stood on the scale, guys. Remember from the beginning of this video, I told you that I was weighed 343.7 or 8, something like that. But definitely 343 on the morning of surgery, which was last Thursday, February 21st. I weighed myself yesterday, and it was the 28th of February, exactly 7 days post-op. You guys, I'm down to 325.2 pounds. I have dropped 18 pounds in 1 week. That's incredible, and I almost passed out when I saw that number. Like, I literally made my son take a picture of it so I could zoom it in and make sure that my horrible eyesight was not playing tricks on me, because I really thought that was like 352 and I gained weight. What the heck? And no, 325.2. So I've lost 18 pounds in 1 week, and I am like super excited to continue to see where it goes, to continue to see where this journey is going to take me. My whole life I've been the girl that's, even when I was a teen, I was never fat as a teen, but I was always the bigger, the thicker thighs, more muscular thighs, bigger girl than all of my friends. I mean, I was a cheerleader, I played tennis. It's not like I was this overweight kid. I wasn't. My parents kept us active. But I think I was predispositioned to be heavy. And I was just active. I was always out doing stuff with my friends or doing a sport or doing something. So it kept me kind of in shape. And once all of those activities stopped, the weight started to slowly creep on in my 20s. And then by the time I had my first son, it was like there. Obviously, activity stopped during pregnancy. And then my second son was 13 months later. Both were C-sections. And it was just like the weight had piled on. And then throughout the years, I was a single mom. I mean, it was just, the weight just kept piling on. Life was really hard on me. Like, life has always been difficult on me. And food, since I was a child, food has always been my comfort, my happiness. So for me to take this step to say that VSG was the way that I was going to go, knowing I was going to limit my comfort, knowing I wasn't going to be able to go and eat the pizza that I wanted from Anthony's, or that I wasn't going to be able to go and eat the big as your face burrito from Chewy's, knowing that was really difficult for me. And a lot of people who aren't overweight and a lot of people who aren't emotional eaters don't understand that. But for me, childhood trauma and a life of feeling like I was never good enough led me to this. And it was time for a change. You know, I have a 5-year-old, beautifully gorgeous daughter that I don't want her to grow up like that. You know, I don't want her to grow up feeling what I feel and getting those vibes from me, you know, that like you're not good enough thing, or worried if she's going to be good enough. You know, no, she is good enough. I was good enough back then. I was just too stupid to know it. And this process to me, yes, it's about the scale moving, and yes, it's about my weight dropping and becoming healthier and being around longer for my kids and for my husband and my parents and all of my family. But really, it's about healing me on the inside, because let me tell you, me on the inside, that girl's taking a beating. And trying not to get emotional. And this tool, this surgery, because it's all it is a tool. This tool is gonna be, it's like my permission slip. To me, this tool is a permission slip. It's giving me the permission to feel everything that I haven't felt my entire life, and good or bad. It's giving me the permission to face everything that I've buried deep inside of me. It's giving me an opportunity to feel the anger that I've withheld because of situations in my life with my kids, with just life, you know? And it's giving me the permission to live the life that I've always wanted to live. And I think if you choose to make this journey, if you choose to have VSG surgery or the vertical sleeve gastrectomy, you're giving yourself permission to live. And I think that's the biggest takeaway from everything I've ever seen on any video I've ever seen it. This is really the biggest takeaway, is it's hard in the beginning. It is not fun. This is not fun. Liquids suck. And full liquids suck more. And the pureed stage and the soft food stage, yeah, we're looking forward to it because, oh my God, it's not liquids. But it's really about after the first 6 weeks, after the first 2 months, you're giving yourself the permission to live and to be happy and to be the person you've always wanted to be and haven't been because your weight and the insecurities that come along with your weight have held you back. And so for me, I see this as my permission slip. My permission slip to get in a bathing suit and get in the pool with my kids. It's the permission slip to not feel like the odd mom out when my daughter's at ballet class or at a modeling shoot. Because she models, because she's fancy. You know, it's my permission to tell and work out with my son and tell him that, you know, yes, he's a big kid. He's 11 years old. He's 5'6.5", and he's about close to 200 pounds. He's a big boy. And it's my permission to tell him that he's perfect just the way he is. And as long as he's eating healthy and as long as he's exercising, that there's nothing that he needs to feel badly about. And I think that this is the permission slip for me to be me. And I'm not sure really what that means right now. I don't know what's gonna happen next week on my next video. I don't know. I just know that I'm excited that after 38 years, I'm gonna give that little girl that had so many dreams the permission to live. So I hope you think about it. I hope you make the right decision that's right for you. And if you choose to do the surgery and you want to reach out to me, you want to talk to me about anything, vent, laugh, cry, it's all part of it. Message me. My Instagram is @making_Manny. I'll link it in the description box below. And I just really hope that everybody who does this surgery gives himself permission to live. See you next week, guys.